Joe Piscopo is with me right now. Joe, who they were whining and dining in the Garden State to consider running for governor himself. Are you still kicking yourself?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
I did the right thing, and you got to take a hit. And I use the analogy of, and not to compare myself by any stretch of the imagination, Mr. Cavuto, but when Ronald Reagan took that hit and stepped down, when the Republicans wanted Gerald Ford, and all of us were at home going, Gerald Ford? It's like, what about Ronald Reagan? He's there. And Reagan took the hit. President Reagan took the hit. So I stepped down.
That was in '76, and he came back.
Great
gangbusters
story.
in '80.
Great story. Yeah. So I stepped down because, I'll tell you, Kim Guadagno was great. She was refreshing. She's smart. She knows the issues. She had a tax plan. Just anything, property tax.
She lost in a landslide.
Well, the thing is, you're going to rub it in. Well,
I'm just saying, that's obvious. Do you think you could have done better?
Well, you know, how do I say this with humility? If I went in as an independent,
yeah,
maybe. But I would have.
And there is precedent for that. Jesse Ventura in Minnesota, right?
Yeah. This is like I'm on the couch, aren't I? Because we've been talking.
What do you think happened, though? You think about it now. Phil Murphy, the Democrat who won, the former Goldman Sachs executive,
Where's he from again? Oh, yeah.
He is going to have the run of the table here. Democrats will control all branches of government in the Garden State and be able to do pretty much whatever he wants. So what are you, as a New Jerseyan, looking at?
4 years down the road. I mean, listen, this is the thing that you have to understand about a conservative guy, virtually really an independent in the state, that we support Phil Murphy now that he's in the governor to be in New Jersey. We support. We're not going to go like Antifa. We're not going to put masks on. We're not going to go hold signs. We're not going to cause any violence because we don't like who was in. We're going to support this guy the way we did Barack Obama when Barack Obama was elected. We support him, and I wish him nothing but the best.
You don't mean a word of that.
You are the worst.
No,
You're
you don't
just
mean a word
of
of
those moods today. Look at you. Look at you.
Well, let me ask you.
I feel a little bad.
Let me ask
you. So you're going to just kneel to bring it up.
But I'm going to say, everyone who says that, oh, it wasn't the best. It's in our interest that he succeed. Well, he has an agenda that's 180 degrees from you.
And you know, now the alt-left agenda, the progressive socialist agenda, there is no Democratic Party in my mind anymore. It's a progressive left agenda, which is fine. That's what you are, fine. Bernie Sanders.
That's what New Jerseyans wanted.
Well, apparently.
Was that because they wanted him or they hated Chris Christie and anyone associated with him?
Because they blindly vote. And I did the same thing as a lifelong Dem, a former lifelong Dem. You blindly vote. You think it's the working man's party. It's not. It's a socialist, a leftist, alt-left party, which is fine.
But do you worry that Chris Christie, for good or ill, left a bad taste in New Jersey? In fact, it's going to be very tough for another Republican down the road.
Who said, by the way, on this very program, that the Republicans can't win in the next gubernatorial race? Did I not say that? And then who criticized
By the way, you don't have to be Nostradamus. I mean, the environment didn't look promising, right?
I have a vision.
So
I have a vision.
You don't buy that this is some indictment on Donald Trump. This was more reflection on Chris Christie.
Absolutely. This has nothing to do with Donald Trump. They went all anti-Trump. There was no platform on the left. They had no focus of any initiative on the left. Is anti-Trump, 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 sanctuary cities, and higher taxes.
Well, what are your listeners in your very big radio shows telling you? I mean, what are they thinking happens?
They're all moving to South Carolina.
They're all moving. Okay,
just going
there
to
goes
Florida.
Your base. They're gone.
I've lost all my audience.
So they're worried.
We're terribly worried.
But he has quite a mandate. Murphy comes in with quite a mandate. You could argue that in Virginia, so does the governor-elect there. So you could argue that there's a lot of wind at Democrats.
But you know what Jersey does? We always do opposite. Whoever's in. Remember we said that? Yeah. I always said the Republican couldn't win once the Democrats in and vice versa. It always goes back and forth. We always go back and forth in New Jersey like that. The problem is you got property tax, I think, as you know, it's inexcusable is what it is. And now the tax reform, we're not getting help.
What do you think hurt Christie? Because they're going to be dissecting this for a long, long time. You and I talked about, 4 years ago after Sandy, that was his moment. That was his time. Could have been
president. Chris Christie could have been president of the United States 4 years ago.
And what happened?
Well, I want to respect everybody, but I think he just maybe I'm trying to be. Look at me babbling here on national television. I can't say. You gotta show humility. We need that in New Jersey. We don't care if you're Bruce Springsteen.
But we did like it when he was going, tit for tat with people. Where do you think he goes now? We had Christie Todd Whitman here last night, and she was saying He'll be, you know, a very much in-demand, high-priced lawyer at some big shot firm.
Yeah.
You think that's right?
I'll tell you this: don't ever count Christie out. Don't ever count him out, because he is smart. He's great on his feet. He's very, very quick.
Oh, he's brilliant. Do you think he would join the Trump administration?
Yeah. If the president wanted to bring him in, absolutely, he would go in a moment.
Or is he more driven to be in the private sector?
I don't know, but you know, I think when he ran for president,
that's what you didn't want. You just wanted to make money. Right?
I said, well, I got too.
You didn't care about New
kids.
Jersey. You just wanted to make money.
I got too many children. I have now with this tax reform, you can't write off alimony. I mean, really?
Well,
really? They're going to do that to me now?
Your lovely daughter is here. I don't think we need to get into these issues. So, what are you going to do?
Well, it depends what happens with Senator Menendez. I'm sorry if I'm couching this very carefully.
Bob Menendez, we're still waiting to hear.
Yeah.
Whether...
So we're going to see what happens there, because
You would run for that?
Well, I'm getting some. Let's pour it on the table.
Sure.
Yes, people want me to run for the Senate in Jersey. Yes, clear as that. And I'm getting heat from Washington. They're saying, Joe, you should go in.
Do you want to?
You know, I want to serve
because
people.
If he's indicted and then he has to go to jail,
Yeah.
I mean, eventually I think it's 2/3 in the Senate have to decide that we're kicking you out. So then the governor, in this case, it would be a Democrat by that time, would appoint someone, and they'd have to have an election soon after. And that's the guy that you want to be.
But that guy is beatable. Whoever is appointed by Phil Murphy, that guy's beatable. If Menendez walks away and gets acquitted, he's not beatable. You can't beat him. I'll tell you that right on TV.
So you want to be senator?
No, I would like to just...
That's what you just told me.
No, I said I want to serve the people.
You can't even handle this interview. How are you going to run for United States Senate?
If they asked, and if the people needed me, I would go in. You know, do I want to leave New Jersey? No.
No.
I would be more on the State House. Maybe, and we'll see. And
you wouldn't be leaving New Jersey. You'd be representing New Jersey.
I'm from New Jersey. You got to be down in Washington.
I understand that. I know how it works.
Why do I sound like Curly all of a sudden? Hey, Mo. Hey, Mo. I'm going to be in Washington.
But... All right, well, you'd be a different senator, that's for sure. But do you think that Al Franken, another Saturday alum, is there? What do you think you'd bring to the table?
You know, I think I would bring common sense. I believe in God we trust. God bless America. I believe in low taxes. I'm a fiscal conservative, and I believe in the sovereignty of the United States of America. I honestly believe, and this is where I'm serious, they're trying to nick away at the foundation of the country. You're coming in with an alt-left socialist agenda that's taking away the sovereignty. My grandparents came in here, learned the laws, learned the language, and wanted to become American. Now we're just making it, come on in, do whatever you want, we don't care. You can't take the sovereignty of the country. And now it's going to happen in New Jersey. It's
just odd you're getting so patriotic now when you had a chance to address this.
You mean when I should have run for governor?
You should have run.
Boy, you're making me feel bad.
Yeah.
You've just ruined my whole day. My whole day is...
No, you were just out to make money and not do the patriotic thing.
I was there. I did the right thing. I took the hit. I made the way for the Republican candidate because...
But you regret it. I think you regret it. I think you regret it. I think that you feel like everyone's trying to say, we don't want any, we don't want to mess things up.
Do I regret it?
Yeah.
A little bit?
A little bit.
I did the right, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
someone's blocking.
All right.
All right. It's very good seeing you.
Thanks for making my day, Neil.